Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tracy Walker on the...
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
They'll run for the first time to Kareem Hunt. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked by Tracy Walker. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
The tackle made at
a gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. His throw incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Stafford. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though. Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over to the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mayfield finding Beckham. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult in trying to defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
10 at the 26-yard line.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Johnson. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, Swift. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The 23-yard line.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
First down.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Stafford going to give it to Swift. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's 3rd down and goal.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Running the jet sweep with Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal.
Matt Prater on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 45 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
1st and 10.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively. They'll hold it to a short game.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 11-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. So we got man. Hey, what? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's been a long day for you. Well. Mike 54.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Here we go. Tighten up. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Fourth down.
And Forbath will put this one through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
This is Swift on the counter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action. Mayfield flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Deshaun Hand able to run him down for a loss of a yard. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
34-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, all even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was
no gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down.
Here's Stafford. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
But it brings up 4th down.
They'll try it now with Swift. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Brought down by Trey Flowers.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
1st and 10.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Good.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Switch gears. Hurry. Run. Mike's by 4.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6. Is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing again. Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
The ball carrier.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. And incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And goal.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Hurry. Mike 5-4. Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Defense, win shit.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Just keeping the play alive. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Forbath will put this one through.
Makes the score.
And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said does. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
At the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
6.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A gain of 5. First down, Detroit.
Here's Johnson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Stafford able to get this complete to Swift as running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
The Lions, first down.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Second down.
Stafford with a play fake to Swift, and he'll set to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
At the 28-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 7.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Chubb again, the ball carrier. Desmond Trufant brought him down. 4 yards on the pickup.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And 2.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
He was brought down by Trey.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Pickup of 2. Brings up second and goal.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Formath, the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
For Kenny Golladay, incomplete. Greedy Williams on the coverage.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now Stafford. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for Marvin Jones. Incomplete. Greedy Williams on the coverage.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They snap it to Stafford. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. This will be caught inside the 10. And they move this